for me.
Welcome to the downtown studios of Cranford, New Jersey. You are here at the Commissioner's Cove. Alongside of me is my man, my ace Boku, 13th Legion. And I am the Commissioner, Ricky Let Me Down, where we bring our fantasy insight, fancy information, so you guys don't have to. So you guys do me a favor. You guys sit back, relax, drink your little cafecito, smoke your little cigar, drink your little bourbon or your whiskey while you're listening to two distinguished gentlemen talk about fantasy football, which we enjoy to do. This is welcome.
Commission's here.
Yes,
The season.
football is upon us, everyone. It's here. It's been a long off season. We do this every year, but guess what? The juices are flowing. Welcome to the 2025-2026 NFL season, and this is going to be our first episode, Week 1, stardoms and situms advice. Who we feel as though you should start, temper your expectations. We throw that in there as well.
Yeah, so basically, we go over every game on the docket.
Yep.
Give you the weather, any important things that we think are applicable for each game, and then you guys decide.
That's it. I mean, you get a lot of analytics out there. We just tell it as it is, based on our eye tests for the most part. All right, we're going to start with game number 1. It's coming. It's 2 days away. All right, Cowboys versus the Eagles at Philadelphia. All right, it's a 47% chance of rain, which probably means it's not going to rain. Okay, 74 degrees, so it's not super hot. They're going to be fired up. Eagles, Cowboys. This is going to be a good one. What do you got?
It's going to be interesting because, basically it's the beginning of the season. You could throw out the stats for the most part of everything that happened last year. It's a new season, new defenses, new offenses. People change, coaches change. One thing that definitely changed with the Cowboys was their defense. Micah Parsons is no longer with them. That pass rush isn't going to be as potent as it was last year.
No, it's not.
So, in the beginning of the season is hard within the first few weeks to gauge what the defense is going to look like, right? I don't think the Eagles are going to have a problem with the Cowboys defense. And Saquon, I think, is going to pick up right where he left off last year.
So do I. Saquon obviously is a super must start. We all understand that. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. I'm going to say temporary expectations with Devontae Smith a little bit, especially the tight end. I'm not, unless you have no other viable option at tight end position, I'm not expecting a lot from their tight end.
No, I think as long as the run game is good, it's going to be a low-volume passing attack. I don't think you're going to have to do much against the Cowboys. We'll see how the Eagles' defense goes against. Now we're going to switch sides here. This is going to obviously depend on how good the Eagles' defense, which was very good last year, and we saw that in the Super Bowl.
They're still good.
And they're still good, and they've only gotten better, some people say. How's the Cowboys' offense going to go against it? Now, one thing I will say about the Cowboys' offense is if you have any of the running backs, I don't know if I would start or trust any of them right now. You got Sanders, Javonte, and Jaden Blue. Jaden Blue supposedly he's over his ankle injury. He's going to play. But it's a three-headed monster. Who's going to come up on top? It's going to be very risky for anyone to start any of those guys.
Right.
We know what their passing game is, Dak and CD. And
the newly acquired Pickens, I suggest you start both of those guys.
How is that going to gel out in the first game against a very tough defense? So, but if the Eagles have their way, I think it's not going to be a high scoring game, and temporary expectations about it, a lot of the high scoring wide receiver numbers.
Right. You still got to start CeeDee Lamb's a must start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pickens, I believe. Game 1, I think it's a must start as well. Ferguson, if you have a better option at tight end, maybe him. But he's still a start. Running backs are sit. Prescott, in my opinion, start. They're going to be throwing the ball.
Yeah, I think the only two must starts on Dallas would be Prescott and CD.
Yeah, a must start. All right, let's move on to game number 2. You're going to have the Chiefs at the Chargers. It's in a dome, so the weather, it doesn't mean anything.
It's in Brazil.
It's in Brazil, so I don't think – maybe the time zone. I mean, they've been up there, but I think
time difference there.
It's going to be okay. All right, let's talk about the Chiefs here. Mahomes, obviously. Kelsey, obviously. Worthy, yes. Noah Gray, you're going to sit if you don't have any viable options. Pacheco, are we tempering our expectations with Pacheco here?
I believe the Chargers had a pretty good defense ending last year. Do they pick up where they left off? We'll see. Do the Chiefs come out with a little added gusto because of their embarrassment in the Super Bowl and they're wanting to come back? And how will the loss of Rashee Rice not being on the field affect them also? Pacheco.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be obviously if he's a starter for you, you're going to start him. But
Right.
I don't
Temper.
temper a little expectations there.
Okay. I agree with Pacheco. I think Kareem Hunt, I think they're going to be splitting. For some reason, I think they're going to be splitting. We don't know after week one. We don't know if Kareem Hunt's going to get the goal line. We don't know if Pacheco's going to get the goal line as well. All right. We don't know if Pacheco's going to have to get a 20-yard wide receiver score or a pass catching touchdown. We don't know. If you're expecting 25, 30 points for Pacheco every week, it's not going to happen. Maybe 12 points, 13 points, possibly 15 points. I think that's his ceiling. But just temper expectation with Pacheco.
The Chiefs have a good defense, and
Well,
yeah, you know what? You're going to start Herbert with temper your expectations. What's Omarion Hampton going to do his first game? There's word that Najee might play a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. Does Lab Nakaki pick up where he left off?
I think Lad does.
But then the question marks come on the rest of the wide receivers. How the outside guys? Is Keenan Allen going to play? And if so, how effective he's going to be? I think the Chargers pulled a really tough one. There's a lot of expectations going for them for this season, but I think they pulled a first game that's going to be tough for them.
All right. I'm going to suggest it's a wait and see with Hampton unless you have nobody else. You know, obviously you drafted him very high in Dynasty. You drafted him.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to start him based on volume alone.
Right. But we'll see how he operates. Start him and then roll the dice. Hopefully you get something from him. McConkey is going to eat in this game. All right, he's going to eat. They're going to be from behind, in my opinion, and he's going to be peppered with targets. Keenan Allen, he's going to get his as well. I think he's a must start as well. All right, the Chargers tight ends, Disley. All right, I suggest you does not start. You sit Disley. Okay, he's not worth a start in this game. But I do believe that Herbert, you do start. They're going to come from behind. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot. All right, that's just how I feel. All right, let's move on to next.
And then we take a break on Saturday to watch college football, but then the full slate of games on Sunday.
Sunday. Let's get to the Sunday games. Buccaneers at Falcons. It's in a dome. All right, this is a good one here. This is going to be a shootout. All right, you want to talk about the Falcons or you want to talk about the Buccaneers? You tell me who you want.
I'll start with the Buccaneers.
Okay. Much hype.
A lot of hype around Ibuka coming in. I don't know what. Obviously, Chris Godwin's probably not going to play, right? Mike Evans, Bucky Irving, Baker Mayfield. All those four guys are starts.
Must starts.
The Falcons did a lot in the draft and free agency to shore up their defense, but they had one of the worst defenses last year. And again, we're gonna have to wait and see what kind of defense is on that field right now. But we're coming up this season. But as of right now, I'm trusting the Buccaneers offense, and I think that those four guys are a must start.
So do I. On the Falcons side, you have Penix, all right? This is his first year, full-time starter, game one. It's at home. He's going to be hyped up. I say you're going to start Penix. You definitely start Drake London. He's going to get peppered. Bijan. Temper expectation with Darnell Mooney. And Kyle Pitts, it's been years now, is, for me, he is a sit. Until he's a wait-and-see type of guy. That's for me.
Well, yes. If he's your only tight end, obviously you're starting him. But temper your expectations. Bijan is a must-start. Drake London must start. We're going to have to wait and see what Penix is. There was, like you said, a lot of hype coming into this season. He looked good at the end of last year. Yeah. Let's see if he can pick up where he left off.
All right, good call. All right, next game we have on the docket here is the Bengals at the Browns. Partly cloudy. It's expected to be 64 degrees. Good weather. Good football weather. It's
sounds
beautiful.
Like good weather all this weekend coming up.
Yep, 3% chance of rain, so that's not going to affect anything. All right, the winds, the kickers are going to be pretty good. All right, on the Browns side, listen, the Bengals defense is horrible until proven otherwise. Okay, so I believe Jerry Judy's going to eat. He is a must start. Njoku is going to see a lot of passes are going to be geared towards him. I know a lot of people don't, but I have that sleeper in Fannin, in my opinion. All right. Might get some sneaky plays if you looking already to stream in week 1, which you shouldn't be. But if you are, all right, because a lot of these guys that do well week 1, they're going to be picked off the waiver wire. And if you have a bad waiver wire pick, you're not going to get them. So you try to predict what they're going to do before the game begins, before week 1 begins. So put them on your roster.
You're really high on Fannin.
I am. I think they're going to utilize him. I really do. I think they're going to utilize him in the Browns offense. If not, then you know what? No harm, no foul. I could pick somebody else up. The running back, Jerome Ford, he's going to get the start. Okay, I think he gets a bulk of the carries, so he is a must start. And Dylan Sampson is a wait and see guy. All right, you're not starting Dylan Sampson anything as of now. Ford is the one that you start.
And I don't even know if I would start Dylan Sampson as a flex play.
No, I wouldn't.
Not the first game.
I wouldn't either. And then Jerry Jeudy, and that's about it. Everybody else?
I think you're going to have to wait and see, but I think there might be a sneaky pickup in Cedric Tillman. Joe Flacco's going to be starting the game. Yes, he's going to probably hit Jeudy a lot, but you know what? He does like to throw the deep ball, and that's where Cedric Tillman he excelled last year. And then
until he got hurt.
Until he got hurt with the concussion, right? But I think Tillman could do something. Again, it's a bad Bengal defense. It's Bengals on the road. Then the Browns always play them tough in Cleveland. Yeah. So don't be surprised if the Browns come up with a W in this one.
You want to talk about the Bengals? Obviously,
sure. It's a Chase. It's the Chase's show. It's going to be Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow,
and Higgins.
But I will stick with those first 3 before I hit with the Higgins. Yeah. Other than that, I don't see I don't even know if Gesicki's going to be playing, and whatever the tight ends, whoever tight end's going to start is not going to matter compared to those other guys.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, those guys are a must start. All right, obviously that's pretty self-explanatory. It's nothing we're not telling you guys don't know already. All right, the Browns, but don't forget the Browns have a pretty good defense. They have a pretty good pass defense. Okay, no one can stop Chase Brown and Higgins anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You could send out the Lord Jesus Christ out there. He's not going to stop Chase Brown. He's going to be open. All right. The Dolphins at the Colts. It's in the Dome area. Wow, it's in Indianapolis. All right. If you have...
so your team goes on the road the first game, huh?
My Dolphins go on the road. Danny Dimes makes his appearance over there in Indianapolis, game number 1. We all know what Danny Nichols is. We all know that. We know how he is. I think he's going to pepper Tyler Warren and Pittman. I say Warren is a must start. I think Pittman is a... he's a must start. Okay.
If you're starting 3 wide receivers, he'll probably be your third wide receiver on your team.
On your wide receiver 3.
You're starting Jonathan Taylor.
You're starting Taylor, but Miami Dolphins defense is not that bad, but you're not sitting Taylor. Okay. Are you expecting him to blow up 4 touchdowns? I don't think so. But he is a must start because it's the beginning of the year.
Well, listen, I think the Dolphins, defense-wise, you might be stout up front, but you have a lot of injuries in your secondary. You're pulling cornerbacks off the street. But I think you got lucky in this one because you're going against Danny Dimes. And he's not going to throw the ball deep. He didn't look like his arm strength was there in the preseason.
No.
So your cornerbacks are going to get a breather in this one.
Yeah.
So good for you, Homer. So Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, and Pittman, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you're starting.
All right, on the Dolphins side, you're starting Tua. Talk about the Colts defense. Colts defense is a little suspect too, especially in the secondary. They've been trying to shore up their secondary for 2 years now.
I mean, it seems as though everybody's trying to shore up their secondary. You can't even find cornerbacks anymore in this league.
So I'm starting Tua. I'm starting Tyreek.
Yeah.
On the fast playing surface, I'm starting Waddle. Achane, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a little suspect. I mean, if he's healthy and he's in the game, you got to start him. You know, he's your number 1.
Right.
Maybe one of the top 5 backs in the league this year. Little sneaky pickup maybe with Ollie Gordon getting goal line touches, depending on the severity or how much usage the coach wants to give Achane. So Those are the game time decisions you're going to be making, but you're going to be starting A-Chain. If you have Ollie Gordon, you might want to put him as your flex. You might jump into the end zone for a touchdown.
I agree. I think Ollie Gordon's going to be the goal line back over there. I think even if he gets a goal line, they're not going to risk Achane with the power back role. And I think Ollie Gordon, you may get the Jerome Bettis effect with Ollie Gordon in this game. Okay.
David Montgomery.
David Montgomery.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So he is a nice little sleeper, sneaky start there. Okay, if you didn't draft many running backs, which a lot of people didn't do in their drafts this last week that passed by, a lot of people drafted a lot of wide receivers. This is a guy where if you went all wide receivers on your team, this is a guy that you're gonna start. Okay, Ollie Gordon. Good.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right, Panthers at the Jaguars at partly cloudy, 88 degrees, 13% chance of rain. So now we're getting into the heat. You know the heat affects things.
This is an interesting
You do
game.
know that.
Yes, heat affects things, especially
Heat
early
affects-
on in the
and
season.
especially down in Florida.
And Florida,
It's
the humidity. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
tough.
I agree with everything you say. But this is going to be an interesting game on the front alone. The Panthers at the end of last year were showing life.
Yeah.
Bryce Young was showing life. They went out. They got their true X receiver, number one, Ted McMillan. The Jaguars they have a new coach.
And they have a new toy.
They have a new toy. Travis Hunter. So there's a lot of hype around this game. I think it's one of the surprising games of the week that there might be a lot of interest in.
So who do you have with the Jaguars? Talk to me.
All right,
are we playing Trevor Lawrence here?
Let's see
Is he
if
a must start?
Trevor Lawrence, I'd hate to say he's a must start. I'm sorry, and Trevor Lawrence fans out there. I have to wait and see.
Yeah, I agree. He's not a must start. He's not.
You talk about the new head coach. He had an experienced quarterback in Baker Mayfield in Tampa, which is where he came from. He's going to Jacksonville now. He's installing his offense. I get it. But Trevor Lawrence isn't the same quarterback as Baker Mayfield is. So I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to be as good right off the bat. He might grow into it, but I don't think in the beginning. I think you have to temper. But you're starting Brian Thomas Jr.
Yes.
You're starting.
Are you starting Travis Hunter? Is this what we're doing here?
And this is another thing. This is another backfield, just like Dallas is, that I'm not sure who is going to arise. I think ATN is going to – I think Bigsby's going to get the majority of the carries.
I say you sit ATM again. We've been doing this for the last couple of years with ATM. I think you sit ATM. I don't start any running backs from the Jaguars this week.
No.
Until we find out how they're going to
That's my point with Dallas. You don't start them until they shake out what their rotation's going to be. Like I said, though, you're starting Brian Thomas Jr., you're starting Travis Hunter. Brenton Strange.
He is
you know what? I think I would start him.
He's not a must start, but he's a sneaky start.
He's a sneaky start, but what tight end? You were talking about Kyle Pitts. Would you start him over Kyle?
I would start Strange. Yes, I would start Strange over Pitts. Yes.
Would you start him over Ferguson from Dallas? I think I would.
Yes.
So
yes, I would.
And the ADPs and start sit analysis might not agree with us, but we're doing the eye test there, and we're going on and feel, and I think I would start Brenton Strange over those guys.
Yeah, I have something on Hunter. If you have Hunter on your team and you're playing a defensive unit, let's just say you have the Cardinals as your defensive unit. It's a must wait and see because you're not going to get those points from Hunter. But if you're playing in an IDP league with Hunter, I believe he's a must start.
Well, if your league allows for him to start as a defensive player, a cornerback, and get his wide receiver points, that's a no-brainer.
That's what I'm saying. But some teams have Hunter where they don't allow him IDPs. They only have a defensive team. It doesn't make any sense if he's going to play two. That's what I'm saying to you, that then he's not a must start. You have to think about that before you're starting Hunter and you think you're going to get those major points from him. Okay.
Very interesting because a lot of people don't play IDP leagues anymore, and that is a major cheat code.
Yeah, that's a controversy on different platforms. Okay, but that's another show. All right, the Panthers. All right, Tedero McMillan right now. He's all they have. He's their number one. He's a must start. Tedero McMillan is their must start. Chuba Hubbard is a must start.
Definitely agree.
Their tight end is not a must start.
Well, I'm interested.
Javonte Sanders.
Jatavian Sanders
is not a must start.
I'm interested to see how he looks, though.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye on him.
He's not a must start.
What do you think? Bryce Young definitely start? I'm saying yeah right now.
I'm saying no. Not a must start yet. Not a must start yet. For me, eye test. He's not a must start for me.
Okay,
All right.
fair enough.
That's
We'll see.
all you have over there at the Panthers to start on that team. If you have those guys on your team, those are the must starts. Those are the sits. Those are the tight ends that we don't. The tight ends, he's not a must. He's a sit. Okay, and you got the Jaguars as well. We just went over that. All right, next game on the docket, we have the Raiders at the Patriots. All right, here it is. All right, according to the forecast, it's expected to be 70 degrees, 45% chance of rain in Foxborough. All right, that's not that bad. 70 degrees in Foxborough. We used to negative 10 degrees, but that's good. We'll take 70
It's
degrees.
still early in the
Yeah,
year.
it's early in the year. All right, the Patriots. All right, Drake May. He's a must start. Drake May's a must start. Pop Douglas. I don't think he's a must start yet. I think he's a sit. Hunter Henry, all right. We talked about the tight end position, tight end premium, whatever you have, whatever league you have. Hunter Henry, if he's all you have, yeah, you know what? Until proven otherwise, I think he does get targeted by Drake May. And Drake May is going to still utilize him. All right, we know we have Stephon Diggs. Is Stephon Diggs a must start or is he a sit?
No, he's definitely a must start. In my
He's a must
opinion,
start.
if you're starting Drake May and you consider him a must start, you got to do is the Stephon Diggs. Yeah, you said the same thing about Demario Douglas. You don't know if he's a must start. Well, who's going to be the must start then if it's not him?
I think Pop Douglas is a sit. I don't see
Okay, well,
Diggs as a must start.
he's going to be a must start. I believe Henderson obviously is a must start.
Henderson. Sit is Ramondre Stevenson. He's not a must start.
And I disagree with you
Okay.
there. I just don't think that he's
Write that
going to
down.
disappear.
I'm not saying he's going to disappear. We talked about this. You and I have discussed this for a long time. Not disappearing. It's just that a must start unless you have nothing else. Okay, if you have other viable running backs on your team and other reliable running backs on your team. All right, I'll give you an example. Travion Henderson. Not even Travion. You have someone like Jerome Ford, Warren, Hampton, Madre. Pick three.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I get your point.
That's what I mean. Okay. All right. Raiders. You want to talk about the Raiders?
Well, we're going to see what this new Raider team looks like with Genty coming out. I think
Yeah.
you're going to have to make him as a must start. A lot of people took him in the first round in redraft leagues
Yeah, I was
or early second. So you definitely a must start. Jacoby Myers, I believe, is a must start. And Brock Bowers.
Yeah, that's about it.
Come on. I mean, those three guys right there. Does Geno Smith warrant a must start
Yes.
because of those?
I think Geno Smith is a must start. He's proven throughout the years he likes to air it out and he gets you good fantasy points.
I think what you got going for the Raiders got going for them is Christian Gonzalez may not play
Yeah.
for their all pro cornerback for the Patriots. So if he's not out there, I think Jacoby Myers might have a little bit of fun out there.
Amari Cooper is not a must start. He's a sit, all right, until he's a wait and see type of candidate. So we'll see about that. That's what we have with the Raiders and the Patriots. Next game, Cardinals and the Saints.
Yes, this is one of those games. If this was in the middle of the year or late in the year, we'd be like, who cares? But this is the beginning of the year, unfortunately.
Wow.
And the Saints have a lot of questions.
Pick up the Cardinals defense if they're on the waiver wire, people. I'm telling you right now, play them against the Saints week 1.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler didn't look great in preseason, but they gave him the starting nod anyway. But if there were any Saints that I would be a must start, it would be Olave and Kamara.
That's it.
And I think that's it.
I agree. Those are the only two. People are high on Shaheed.
Yes, but it's a different offense.
Yeah.
Now I understand this is Kellen Moore's offense, right? And he played. He was the offense coordinator for the Eagles, and he does like to throw the ball. But Rashid Shaheed, he took off in Clint Kubiak's offense.
Yeah.
And if everyone remember the beginning of the year last year,
airing it out.
he was their deep threat for like the first 3 games.
Yep.
I don't know if that's gonna be that way with the new coach.
I don't think so either. All right, with the Cardinals. Oh, this is Cardinals have a lot of fantasy players, a lot of fantasy individuals that a lot of people all around the world are hoping for. All right, let's talk about them. Is this the year that we've heard it on other podcasts all winter long, all spring, everything? This is what they do. Marvin Harrison Jr. All I can say is he's a must start and a wait and see. I'm not going to fill you guys with all the information, analytics, 20% target share, 30% target share, run routes. He can't do that. You know what I'm going to do? Again, eye test. I'm going to be honest. It's a wait and see. Put him out there and pray to Papa Dios. That's all you got to do.
As a Marvin Harrison Jr. owner, anyone who is,
Well, me too.
you have to put him out there.
I understand.
So put him out there, and say the rosary.
That's it. That's all. That's our advice. Put him out there and pray.
Hopefully, Kyler Murray gets it in his head that he got to give him the ball. Other than that, I think we both agree that the Saints always had a pretty plucky defense. But with all that being said, you're still starting Connor and you're starting McBride.
Yeah, you're sitting Trey Benson until proven otherwise.
Yes,
All right.
that's all coach speak. We have a 1A, 1B. We both have 2 starting running backs,
Well, I wanna hear
whatever. You show me first. I'm
That's
from
right.
Missouri. It's the show me state.
That's right. Show me state. Show. Eye test. That's all. That's what we have. Sit Trey Benson. Don't listen to the 1A, 1B. Do not start Trey
And
Benson.
Kyler Murray got to start.
And
I don't know if
Murray.
we said that.
And with Saints, we said sit Spencer Rattler. Do not start him at all.
Right.
All right. Next game, Steelers at the Jets. Partly cloudy. It's in New York. All right. Jets. Jets. 72 degrees, 26% chance of rain. It's not going to rain. 72 degrees, not bad weather at all. All right. Steelers got a good defense. Steelers know Justin Fields. I am going out and I am going to say
This might be a 10-7 game.
yeah, you sit Justin Fields this week. He is a sit. He's not a must start, in my opinion. Okay? You start Garrett Wilson. You start, you know what? You temper your expectation with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. If you have Braylon Allen, again, it's a wait and see type of thing.
Nah,
Okay. Go ahead.
I think you temper if you're gonna sit Justin Fields. That means you got to temper your expectations with Garrett Wilson, in my opinion.
No. I'm saying you sit him in your fantasy league, but he's still going to try to force feed Garrett Wilson. He'll still get his. But,
Yes.
But Garrett.
That's why I said temper. You're going to start Garrett Wilson on your fantasy team. This is what we're doing here. But
Yeah.
you don't expect him to get 30 points.
But he's always got that target volume. But I'm just saying that don't be surprised if Fields gets like 2 fumbles based on the Steelers' defense. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
I think they will be crowding the line. I think you're right, and I think you got Breece Hall and Braylon Allen's going to have a tough go of it.
Do you start? Is Mason Taylor a must start, or is he a temporary expectation? He's a sit.
In this game, he's a sit.
Yeah, he's a sit. I agree.
They might have to have him in there blocking because they want to get to. Well, they're going to contain. That's the whole point. They don't want Justin Fields to start running on him.
That's right.
Does that mean Jason Taylor releases at the line after a block? Maybe.
Mason.
But right, Mason. Jason.
Mason. You said Jason. Mason Taylor.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Don't confuse the Hall of Famer Miami Dolphin Jason
Well,
Taylor.
they are related. So
he's a Jet.
I wasn't totally off.
He's a Jet. We don't do that.
He's definitely not a must start. That's all.
All right. Who do you have? The Steelers. Talk about silver and black. All right. Is Aaron Rodgers a must start?
No.
No, he's not. He's a sit. I agree. Okay. He may give you some fancy points, but this is not. It's borderline embarrassing what
This
he's
is going to
doing.
be a very tough game to
Yeah,
watch.
he's embarrassing. Like, you should hang it up. Enough's enough.
It's not. It's just not him. It's just that the Jets have a pretty good defense, and the Steelers, an older quarterback who doesn't
Move as well.
who doesn't move,
No mobility.
who's going to rely on one receiver.
Yeah.
All right, and they have an offensive coordinator that likes to run the ball.
Well, depends. Now you're going to have Jalen Warren out there, who I believe is a must start because he got the starting job. However, they don't trust Caleb Johnson is a sit for now. They're not just going to give him the keys to the Porsche because they're saying the pass blocking, they still got to protect Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but I think all year you're going to see that. As long as the both backs stay healthy, it's going to be Warren maybe 60% of the time and Caleb 40% or maybe 30, and the other running backs mixing in there.
Or maybe a high
Don't forget, they still have Gainwell in there too.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
it's going to be tough, and I predict, and a lot of people are, low-scoring game.
Yeah. So on DK Metcalf, what are we doing with DK? Is DK a must start or is he a temporary expectation and he's a wait and see type of guy? You're not playing him.
Listen, DK,
a lot of people did draft him high and they're expecting big things. They're expecting wide receiver 1 numbers. Is DK that guy?
against the Jets this week, you have to temper your expectations.
Yeah.
Will he be that way throughout the course of the year? He'll have his moments against the poorer teams, but this isn't a good first draw for their first.
So you're
game.
saying sit DK this week if you have better.
No, you're starting him, but you're temper expectations.
Yeah, but this is a start in the sit-ems. You know, people have.
Yes, I know, but DK Metcalf is
All right.
what, a top
So-
24 wide receiver? How do you sit him?
Man. So basically, you start him, and if you listen to the podcast, don't call me up. Don't call the co-committer talking about you told me to start him, and he only gave me 15 points. We told you temper expectations. If you have someone else a little bit better that we talked about, maybe start him over DK Metcalf. Okay. Oh, Freiermuth. Are we starting Freiermuth and
No.
Jonnu Smith? I don't think so. I think you sit those two tight ends. All right, let's go on to the next game. The New York Football Giants versus the Washington Commanders. It's over there in Washington. 73 degrees, 15% chance of rain, so it's going to be good. All right, you want to talk about your New York Football Giants?
I will talk about the Giants, but I believe this is a statement game by Washington. Even though it's only the first game of the year, they want to put their stamp on this year, and they will come out. Even though I'm going to talk about the Giants, they're going to want to come out and bury the Giants.
Yes.
All right.
Go
The
to Scary Terry.
I think it's going to be. You're starting Tyrone Tracy. You're starting Malik Neighbors. Temper expectations with Russell Wilson, and that's as far as it goes.
I think you temper expectations with Tyrone Tracy. You start him, but you temper expectations with him.
I think they're going to need him to gut this one out, and it's going to be ugly. But he'll get you. I think he'll get you around 15 points.
Okay, that's fair. And the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, obviously is a must start. It's gonna hopefully, I think he's gonna be a stud. Debo, you start, but the one over there is McLaurin is the guy who is a must start. Zach Ertz, believe it or not, he gets peppered with some targets. He's a must start. And then what are we doing with the running backs? I think we don't know who to start, so I think they're sits for now. Which is Bill,
yes, Chris Rodriguez,
and Bill
and
Eckler.
Right.
If anyone you want to start on your team will be Eckler. Eckler is a start.
I might have to agree with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, they came in a couple of weeks ago and said that Chris Rodriguez would get the goal line carries, but that doesn't really mean much. We don't know if Bill's going to rotate in. Right. So yeah, I agree. We have to sit. It's another one of those backfields. We have to see how it plays out.
Yep. All right, next game, Titans at the Broncos. All right, partly cloudy, 38% chance of rain, 79 degrees. All right, Broncos country. Let's ride. All right, what do you got?
Well, I think that the Titans unlucky to get this as their first game with a rookie quarterback. A lot of people are predicting the Broncos to have a top 5, if not top 3 defense in the league. They definitely have the cornerbacks. So I believe this is going to be one of those games where you're starting Bo Nix. You start in Cortland Sutton. You start Ingram, I believe. And there's another backfield that is going to have to see how it shakes out. I mean, there was a lot of talk about R.J. Harvey being the guy. I mean, they drafted him in the second round, but then they signed J.K. Dobbins. So, listen, J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey, I think, if you're going to start one of them as a flex, I don't think that you'd be wrong in doing that, but I think it's Cortland Sutton, Bo Nix, and Ingram as must-starts for Denver.
All right, that's fair. All right, and on the Tennessee side, Pollard, you will start him, but with that defense, I think they're going to be behind. I know Pollard you still start, but again, temporary expectations with Pollard because Broncos defense is pretty good, and they'll be behind. We'll see what happens with how. We don't know if Cam Ward is a check down monster yet. We don't know how he's going to operate after the first game. However, if they are down, they're going to be focused. Patrick Surtain is going to be on Calvin Ridley. So it's going to be a tough go for Calvin Ridley, after week 1. Okay. We don't know the pass. You know what? I'm going to say you start him, but you got to temper expectation with Calvin Ridley. All right. The tight end, I'm saying
I put Calvin Ridley this week in the same boat as I put Pittman.
Yeah. I think you temper your expectation. Everyone, listen, including myself, I have Calvin Ridley. I'm expecting big things from him, but with this one, with
That's
this
what I
game,
said.
it's a
It's a
tough
first-
game.
first tough
It's a
game.
tough game. It's hard to sit him. If I have someone else, maybe a wide receiver number 2, and with a better matchup, I might start him. We'll see. We'll see. And you guys can make the same decision. All right, next game we have 49ers at the Seahawks. Partly cloudy. Okay, Sunday 4 o'clock game. 70 degrees, 33% chance of rain. Seahawks, Sam Darnold is going to be starting over there. Justice Smith, he's going to be peppering JSN. Sam Darnold, I don't know. 49ers pass rush is pretty good. You temper your expectations. He's going to give you 35 points. Doesn't have the offense coordinator that he did with Minnesota. All right, so I don't know how their offense is going to look. They really have only Cooper Kupp. Is Cooper Kupp really that guy anymore? Does he scare defenses anymore? I don't know. I mean, he's still.
Well, it's tough to evaluate whether
Yeah.
or not Sam Darnold is going to have that chemistry with Cooper Kupp, or with
JSN.
With JSN.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I think, you didn't mention it yet, but I think you're starting Kenny Walker.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to control the ground game. All right, that's my opinion. They're going to run their zone scheme that they talked about all offseason. They're going to have Kenny Walker. And this one here, this team is unique because we always talk about the backup, the 1A, 1B, like a Trey Benson. However, if you do have Charbonnet, I believe you start Charbonnet because he is the 1B.
Yeah, I definitely start him
Yeah.
as a flex.
As
I
a
believe.
flex.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
a guy you
I
could
could
start.
see that. Yes.
Okay, those two guys you can start. All right. What about their tight ends? No, AJ Barnum. No, you said okay until proven otherwise. You only have one wide receiver with JSN, and then you temper expectation with Sam Darnold. You want to talk about 49ers?
You starting Brock Purdy. You're starting definitely Christian McCaffrey and Ricky Pearsall. And George Kittle.
CMC.
You're starting all of them.
Yeah.
You're going to probably just rely on Christian McCaffrey. That's the guy you're expecting big things from. This is going to be a lot of people, again, but this is one of the top defenses predicted to be in the league this year, Seattle. But we'll see how they stand up against a tough offense that even though they're limited in players because of injuries, they have a few key players that they're going to focus on.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think 49ers are still a good offensive team. I really do. They still have all their pieces together. Brock Purdy didn't forget how to become a quarterback. He's just riddled by injuries the last couple of years. I think they're going to have a good season, all right, if everyone stays healthy. But they're getting long in the tooth, and we'll see what happens. Brian Robinson Jr., you don't start there, all right? CMC is the guy. They're not going to go 1A, 1B. They're not doing that. They're not. All right. The lines at the Packers, partly cloudy according to the forecast, is going to be 64 degrees, 2% chance of precipitation. It's going to be beautiful over there in Green Bay. It's going to be hyped up game. Green Bay, the Lions. Oh, this is a big game right here. Big game. I believe Jordan Love against that pass rush of Detroit Lions, I think they're going to be up on Green Bay. I really do. Jordan Love is going to be forced to pass the ball a lot. You only got one receiver reliable, which is Matthew Golden.
So Jaden Reed's probably going to play, but he's got a Jones fracture in his foot. He's going to have to play through the pain all season. He's not 100%.
No.
Matthew Golden and in
Tucker
my
Kraft.
opinion, Tucker Kraft are your must starts
Must-starts.
along with Jordan Love.
And Jacobs.
Definitely Jacobs.
I
yes.
believe Jacobs gets more passes out the backfield this game. All right, they're going to be down. They're going to be they're going to send the blitz packages. They're going to send the ends. Hutchinson is healthy again. He's going to be attacking the quarterback. He's hungry. He's young and hungry.
Well, with that being the case, I don't know if listen. You might get a situation where Josh Jacobs has to stay in the block.
Well, don't forget that Jordan Love is going to be wearing that brace on the left thumb all year long. Great. Last year knee, this year thumb. I mean, what are we doing here? All right, so just temper expectations with Jordan Love.
Listen, the Packers are going to rely on their defense, which they already had a good linebacking core, and now their defensive front just got better because of the trade with Micah Parsons.
Parsons is hurt, though, already, right? He's dealing with that back injury. We'll see if he plays or not.
A lot of people were saying that back injury was
was
it really?
Well, they put it out yesterday. They gave it a medical term that I can't pronounce or spell, so we'll see.
Okay.
You know,
It's against a Lions offense that the last few years had Ben Johnson as their offensive coordinator. And we'll see.
I don't think anything changes.
We'll see
right.
what it comes out and what it looks like now.
Who you starting over there with the Lions? Obviously, the
Amon
obvious.
Ra.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs,
Yep.
David Montgomery. You start David Montgomery.
J-Mo.
And you're starting J-Mo, Jameson Williams. And
Everybody.
and Jared Goff. You're starting all
starting
of them.
everybody.
Laporta too.
Yep.
I mean,
You're starting everybody.
I understand that I just said Packers have a good defense, but the Lions need to come out and make a statement. And this is why this is probably the game of the week in the afternoon slate.
I don't know about that. Oh, the afternoon. Yes. Yes.
Game of the week in the afternoon slate.
Yes.
But the Packers have something to prove. They want to win the division, and the Lions they want to see where they're at as a team. Are they going to pick up where they left off last year?
Yeah, I agree. Matthew Golden, you start, and we'll see what the young.
Mentioned that. Yes.
That's all they have. And, Mr. Reliable, he's going to be peppering them with targets as well. All right, next game you're going to have the Texans at the Los
Angeles Rams.
Los Angeles. I get confused every time they keep moving out of Los Angeles or Oakland. Los Angeles Rams. It's in the dome, so it's good to go. All right, here we go. The Texans. No offensive line. Okay. Stroud is going to be running for his life again. They didn't address the offensive line, but that means pretty good things because he's going to be getting rid of the ball quick, and he's going to be looking to pepper Nico Collins. All right, Jaden Higgins is the one you have to sit, temper expectations, see how they utilize him. The running back situation, it's a little messy. I'm suggesting you stay away from the running back position until we find out who's going to be that guy, how they're going to utilize the running backs. Tight end, you sit. All right, because the Rams got a good defense. They got a good defensive end, good defensive front. They're going to be getting after Stroud. And you, in my opinion, you sit Stroud today on Sunday. You sit him for me.
Okay.
You?
No, I think he's good enough that I think you got to throw him out there. He's definitely on the low end quarterback one for the week.
Sit
I mean, you can't argue about the targets he has. He's got Nico Collins, and everyone's healthy right now, except for Joe Mixon. But wide receiver wise, you got Christian Kirk and Nico. I think they're going to be throwing the ball quick. But on the Rams, Matthew Stafford's going to play.
He's hurting too now. He's hurting.
Listen, he's going to be dealing with that back injury all year. We're going to be sitting here talking about it. If he's not playing, we're going to always be talking about, his back is hurting.
Yeah.
You starting Puka, Devontae, even with the back injury, I think you have to start those two.
Yeah.
And you're starting Kyren Williams. This also may mean now the Texans got a decent defense, but you're starting Kyren Williams, and you might be having the Rams trying to run and ball control the clock a little bit more to protect Stafford.
That's a good point. I think their identity is to always throw. I think that Stafford's identity is always to throw anyway. He can't help himself. He's going to be paired with Puka and Devontae Adams all day. And Kyren Williams doesn't really get the ball out the backfield, no catches. He's just going to, if he doesn't pop off that 25-yard run or that touchdown in the red zone, you may get 15 or so points.
What the Rams have, and what a good thing that they have, is Devontae and Puka are both bigger wide receivers. Yeah. So you can throw the ball in tight coverage. Stafford can get rid of the ball a lot faster, protect his back a little bit more if need be. Mm-hmm. And you can still trust those two to come down.
Yep. All right, next game, Ravens at the Bills. Partly cloudy, according to the forecast, it's going to be 57 degrees. Wow.
This is the Sunday night game.
Sunday night. This is going to be a good game. Sunday night, 8:20 Bills, Ravens at the Bills.
Yes, the two quarterbacks, yep. Right, the last two MVP quarterbacks, and we're going at it last year.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Josh Allen, tight ends, you don't play here. You sit. Shakir. Are you starting Shakir in this game?
If he's playing, because he's still dealing with the effects of the high ankle sprain, if he's playing, I think you're starting him, but you're going to have to temper expectations. It's tough to play in that high ankle sprain. Yeah. Recovering it takes time to get out of it.
Is Keon Coleman a must start?
I think that makes Keon Coleman a must start because of that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's just me. I don't think you start Keon Coleman.
Well, then you're telling me that the only must-starts on the Bills would be Josh Allen and James Cook.
I do. I don't think Keon Coleman is.
And if that's the case, they don't have a chance in this game against the Ravens defense.
Well, Josh Allen always has a chance, but I think the guy that's
Josh Allen though needs some space. Mm-hmm. You can't have that space if you don't throw the ball downfield. That's why I said Keon Coleman's a must-start.
Okay, we'll see. Write that down.
Yes, I will.
All right, write Keon Coleman down. We'll talk about it on Sunday night while we're texting each other. We'll see. I don't think so. James Cook is a must start, okay? And on the Ravens side, obviously, this is we all know Lamar Jackson's a must start. Mark Andrews, the wide receivers. Is Zay Flowers, after all these years we've been talking about him, is he a must start? Must. We're talking about must start.
Again, I put him into the wide receiver 3 range. I think if you're running out 3 wide receivers for your fantasy team, I think he's a must start.
So he's a 3. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a must start.
Okay.
Okay. If he's a 3, if he's somebody if you have a rookie out there, all right. If you have a Keon Coleman and a Zay Flowers, all right, I'll put in Zay Flowers over Keon Coleman. All right. But I don't think he's a must start.
Derrick Henry is definitely a must start.
He's a must start. That's pretty much it.
I agree with Mark Andrews. Now that likely probably won't play, and Mark Andrews was
He's the
red zone target machine last year, and I don't think that changes this year for the time being. And you're right, Rashad Bateman's a little.
Listen, Rashad Bateman, I believe can be a candidate for a breakout this year. He's still young. He has the skill set to be believe it or not, in my opinion, a number 1. He just don't utilize him much. Why don't you listen? They've been trying Zay Flowers for the last 2 or 3 years now.
Zay Flowers isn't a down the field guy,
it's
whereas
not working.
Rashad Bateman is.
It's not working. It's not working.
It is working. They're one of the better teams in the league.
The team
it's
is
been
good.
working.
Not Zay Flowers. It's the team is working because of Lamar, but Zay Flowers
is working. They're utilizing him the way they want to.
I'm gonna say phooey on him.
That's because you want something different from Zay Flowers, and he's not giving that to you. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah, you know what I want from Zay Flowers? If he has the skill set of a guy, listen, I'm not comparing him to, but he has the skill set and he has the ability of the agility of the route running of an Antonio Brown, and he doesn't even get the ball.
He's not Antonio Brown.
I know he's not. Agility, skill set wise, he has the skill set, and they don't get him the ball. Why? That's all I'm saying. We'll be talking about this next year again. It's gonna be the same thing with Zay Flowers.
Next game.
Vikings at the Bears. Last game on the docket. Vikings
Monday night
game. It's going to be 65
the NFC
degrees.
North this year is going to be a really tough division. The Bears obviously improved a lot in the offseason.
On paper. Let's see.
We have to see what it translates to on the field.
Yeah, we'll see.
And honestly, they drew a tough first draw to open up the year.
Let's bring it.
All right, but definitely you got
to beat the
Bears
good.
side, right? On the Bears side, you're starting DeAndre Swift, you're starting DJ Moore.
I don't know about that. I'm saying sit DJ Moore. I'm saying start Odunze is a guy. I don't know about DJ Moore. Not against the Vikings defense. That's just me.
Well, you could say the same thing about the Odunze.
No, I think Odunze is going to be the man here.
Maybe in the eventuality of the season, yes.
Okay.
I know the Bears are playing at home, but Caleb did not look good in that last preseason game.
Well, that's what you get when you're only playing one preseason game. You should have been first, second,
well,
third.
If I'm making predictions of the first game of the season based on what I've seen with a new offense being installed and Caleb not looking 100% comfortable.
So why would you say start DJ Moore?
DJ Moore, because I don't believe that Caleb is going to want to stay in the pocket and throw the ball downfield and wait for DJ Odunze. If you remember, we were talking about this when we were watching the preseason game. There were plays where if he just waited a half a second to a second longer, Odunze was wide open. We saw the defender trailing him. He just did not even look his way because he was looking for the quicker pass. He wanted to get it out of his hand.
I think he's afraid.
And I think that's where DJ Moore comes in.
All right.
Or Zacchaeus.
I know, or Zacchaeus.
And I'm not going to say sit here and start Zacchaeus, maybe on DFS, but
what I'm thinking of Zacchaeus is I think him and Burden are going to be split in that slot. All right, they don't trust the rookie yet. Knowing the playbook, Zacchaeus, I guess, learned the playbook a little faster because he is a veteran. He's been around a long time. I think they're going to be split in that slot position.
Listen, they spent a lot of money in the offseason in beefing up their offensive line.
But he's still afraid.
Right. Well, we saw the same thing with Eli when Eli first started. It's happy feet because, come on, you're used to getting sacked 40 to 50 times.
He's
afraid. And until he gains confidence and learns that, going forward this year, we might see the short passes, the Colston Loveland passes.
I say Colston Loveland is a must start.
He might be because he's looking to get rid of the ball really quickly.
I agree.
And let's not take away the fact that how much the play action plays into Ben Johnson's offense.
Yeah, but you talk about a guy. Are people really respecting DeAndre Swift?
But you know what? I'm not saying on paper right now that they're going to be respecting him, but you have to. DeAndre Swift is a starting running back for an NFL team whose offensive line just got beefed up. And until, like you said earlier, proven otherwise, you're respecting him.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Don't forget, the Vikings defense is pretty good out there.
Yes, it is.
They have
And
a
that's
good
why I
pass
said
rush.
it's a very bad first game for them to come into the year with.
So they could do play action all they want. Van Ginkel's coming.
That's right.
He doesn't.
He's a very opportunistic defensive player.
He's coming. All right. So do we start? I say sit Caleb Johnson game one. Caleb Williams game one.
I agree with you.
You sit him. You do
Yep.
not start him at all.
Yes.
Okay. The Vikings defense. Are we starting J.J. McCarthy? Don't forget that. I believe the Bears were number one against the pass last year with their defense. You think that it's gonna resurface?
You know, that's
again
a
this year?
funny thing. I love it when people say, "Oh, they got the number one pass defense." That just meant that teams against them didn't want to throw the ball. They were easy to run on.
Right. I understand that. But, so does that mean that Aaron Jones is gonna run all over the place? He's a must start.
Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason.
I think they're must starts.
I
yes.
think they're must starts.
I agree with you.
I think hey, listen, I don't have any doubt in my mind. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be great. All right. He's got Addison's going to miss the first few games.
Yeah.
We know that. He always got his Jefferson right now and Hawkinson. I think they will definitely run the ball.
Yep. So do I. Justin Jefferson start. Hawkinson
Yes.
start. Two running backs start. J.J. McCarthy against the Bears defense. Temper expectations.
Agreed.
Temper expectations. All right. If you want to start him, if you have someone else that's more viable that we talked about, start him and see how they utilize J.J. McCarthy. My friend, that's all we have for week number one. Football is here. Football is upon us. The football gods have bestowed upon us this greatness game of football that we love, of fantasy football, where the millions across the world watch. It's almost
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if you saw this, Kamish, but preseason viewership was actually up almost 20% in the NFL.
It's gotten so crazy. You know, a lot of money leagues out there. It's something to do. And you know what? Even kids as ages of 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, believe it or not, are drafted. Even your family members.
That's right. My youngest daughter.
Your youngest daughter's having a draft today.
Yes.
God bless her. You know, can you believe this? A chip off the old block.
And it's also is not just a guy thing.
Yes, women as well.
Yeah.
Women. You know what? Welcome, ladies. You know what? We welcome you guys to listen to the podcast. We're more than happy to help you guys out with your choices on who to choose. Yes, you can draft defense. I mean, you can drop and add defenses. You know who you are. I got a text this morning. You know who you are. You can do that throughout the course of the year.
Yes, let's make this one of those seasons where even people who retire from fantasy football, and you know who you are for various reasons, maybe come back into the fold.
Come back.
Yes.
We'll always welcome you back. That being said, that's all I have. Thank you for coming out for the Commissioner's Cove. Week number one, starters and sit-ems. Hopefully you guys win. Hope you guys enjoy your games and you guys prosper, unless you're playing the co-commissioner or myself.
Yes.
Ciao.
Take care, guys.